I'll be homeless for Christmas, and it is not a dream. Welcome back, good folks. It's your entrepreneur, traveling, stay at home dad, Joel Petgrave, and welcome to another episode of Review My Life. And on this episode, we're going to review why I'm technically homeless for Christmas. Let's get into it. So if you haven't watched my last video, which I'll leave up here and also down in the description below, I talked about what it's like being being married to a travel nurse. And one of the big downsides of being a travel nurse was the traveling part. Especially when you have traveling with your family, which we are doing. It's my wife, myself, and my now toddler. Wow, growing so fast. And again, if you didn't watch that video, just a quick recap, some of the points I made in there. What we did when we started traveling, we were doing short-term leases, which we found to be a little bit more of the expensive side, and also it's kind of a hassle until we were looking for something different. And what really pushed us to look for something different was mostly for our daughter. It was hard to kind of child-proof an apartment every 3 months because we were pretty much moving every 3 months at that point. And then she was getting used to a new place, and then it was just in our opinion, we wanted something that was a little bit more convenient. And what we decided to do was to get an RV, which we actually tried to do earlier during the year in, I think, around June, but we couldn't because we couldn't find somewhere to park it. For those of you who are unaware, which is probably everybody, unless you own an RV, the RV industry has boomed significantly since the pandemic. And because of that, one, RVs are harder to find. Two, it's harder to find somewhere to park your RV, like in an RV park, because you can't just park them anywhere. So when we were going in June to get the RV, we found an RV that we wanted, that we liked, but something told us to call the campgrounds in the area where we got our next assignment, and we called all of them, and all of them were booked for the entire like season, because camping season is technically during like summer straight up into the fall, and they were all booked out. So we decided it wasn't wise to just buy it and then we have to pay to put. We decided it wasn't wise. Sorry, that was the dryer, to buy and put it in storage. Now, in hindsight, it probably would have been smarter to have done that, because since then RV prices have jumped significantly. So, because another effect of the pandemic is that because more people are buying, the prices have gone up, and also some of the supply chain shortages that affected the automobile industry, if you're unaware, have also affected the RV industry. Probably more so the RV industry because they're affected by lumber, they're affected by the microchip shortages, they're affected by all the appliances and stuff like that. So yeah, the prices have been going up on those. So we're still planning to purchase an RV and use that for our residents for travel nursing going forward. But we're unable to do that currently right now for several reasons. One, since our first attempt to buy an RV, we did purchase a brand new minivan. Also, the balances on a couple of our credit cards are gone up, and that was mostly due to that mostly happens when we're moving from one assignment to the other. If you remember in my last video, our last contract got canceled. And so there was a move that happened that we kind of like didn't plan for, didn't have enough time to save up for. So a lot of those moving expenses for us went on credit cards, and our plan was, oh, we'll pay it off and we get another contract. So that combined with the new a new purchase made our credit score fall quite a bit. So what we're currently doing is we're working with a loan readiness company called Uqual. I'll leave a description for them down in the description, that not only works on your credit but also deals with like entire loan readiness. So it's not just your credit repair, but you're also other things that they give you tips and tricks about things that the lenders look for to help you get approved for your loan. So we've implemented the stuff that they told us to implement, but it does take some time for that to reflect on your actual credit report, because and also we're also disputing some stuff that we found on our credit report that we didn't realize was there and shouldn't be there. So that takes some time to actually reflect on your credit report. So we're waiting on that to update. So what we're currently doing Airbnb. And like I said, we did that because one, we're waiting on the RVs. The credit readiness process might take up to 1 to 2 months. We don't know if it will be done before this assignment is finished, because it finishes in late February. But we did the Airbnb just because one, we didn't want to be locked into another short-term lease. Two, it's a little cheaper. And also if something happens with the RV we get through sooner, we're not locked into that short-term lease. In our current Airbnb, it's technically up December 26th, but we're moving before then because we're spending Christmas at our parents' house. So we would have to put all our stuff in storage. We didn't want to move during Christmas, so we have to move before Christmas so that we could have Christmas at our parents' house. And as of the recording of this video, we actually don't have a place to stay after that. We might do another Airbnb. Depending, we'll probably have to call the credit people to see what's the next update. But it's looking like we'll probably have to do another Airbnb after that. But hopefully we'll get through with our RV, and I actually look forward to doing more videos on that. So please subscribe and stay tuned for that. But yeah, that's why I'll be technically home for Christmas. Well, I certainly hope you guys have an awesome and wonderful Christmas, because it's not about where you are, it's about who you're with, and you're with family, you know? And how can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? So I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and see you on the next one.